Welcome to the Manifesting Millions podcast, where we talk about manifestation, money, and practical guidance to creating your dream reality. My name is Amy Van Meel, and I am an experienced coach and transformation guide, obsessed with helping you get out of your own way and create a life that blows your mind each day you wake up. My goal in this podcast is to share practical manifestation, self-awareness, and growth techniques in real talk conversations. So if you're ready to massively transform your reality, your finances, your relationships, and your overall enjoyment of life, you are in the right place. I am absolutely delighted that you're here with me today, babe. Let's get into it. Oh my goodness, welcome to the Manifesting Millions podcast. I'm really fucking stoked that you're here. I am also testing out my brand spanking new microphone today. So I would really love to hear your thoughts. Be sure that once you've listened to this episode, or maybe even right now if it's already sounding better or worse, let me know. Hit me up with a DM over on Instagram. You can find me at Amy Van Meel. I have that in the show notes because my name is not the easiest to spell for lots of people. If you're Dutch, you probably know how to spell it. If you're not, I won't hold it against you. Anyway, so yeah, let's dive into it. I am really fucking excited about today's episode. And I'm just going to give you like a straight up heads up that there's a good chance there's going to be a lot of swear words in today's podcast episode, which is not to say that like it's a bad episode. It's because I'm really fucking lit up. I am so excited to bring to you what I've got for you today. So let's dive right in. So I was out for a walk earlier and I was listening to a podcast that I don't usually tune into. The episode was about shifting our money stories, and as someone who is continuously refining my story and who teaches others how to shift their money story to create wealth and abundance in life, it's fair to say that I was intrigued. The sun had been shining brightly all day, and oh my goodness, I was so excited to see it because, I have been really, really needing the sunshine. And this was mid-afternoon. I'd spent all morning kind of sitting out in the deck. I was feeling super jazzed up, but I knew there was rain approaching. So at this point, it's now mid-afternoon. There's a storm brewing. I could see it pushing in from the west, these big, heavy, dark clouds with those telltale wisps of rain underneath. Now, I figured that I had enough time to finish my 4 laps of the block and the podcast episode and still get home to close the umbrella and put away the patio seat cushion before the storm hit. Now, earlier in the day, I had gone out for my usual weekly grocery run, and I've been listening to Bob Proctor, who, incidentally, had also been talking about money and the paradigms that we have. So I've been thinking a lot about my own current state with money lately. And the truth is, I'm thinking about money all the friggin' time. But lately it's been more focused, and I've had download after download after download roll through. My awareness has been expanding on a daily basis. I am putting so many messages into my chat with my coach. I'm sure that like she wakes up after being asleep for the night and she's like, here we go again. Amy's got a whole bunch of downloads. Now, this has been flowing through consistently for quite some time. And then today, as I'm out for my walk, it was as if lightning struck me right there on the sidewalk. I had a massive epiphany, and I'm so freaking excited to share it with you here today. But first, before I do, I just want to take a few moments to tell you about something really cool that is coming and invite you to join me. So if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you've likely heard me talk about my transformational money program, Building Fempires. So this is a 7-week program specifically tailored to meet you where you're at now and help you grow to where you want to go financially. In 7 weeks, I teach you foundational principles about money. I share secrets about why women in particular are kept in the dark about money and thus kept away from embodying their true power. I show you how your mind works and how you can finally and completely shift your belief set so that you can stop fighting the old programming and instead build the amazingly abundant life that you've desired for so long. And I light the path for you to find and embody your most unfuckwithable self, that badass boss vibe babe that knows her power, embodies her power, and is magnetic as fuck to everything she wants, that her desires cannot help but manifest. Now, enrollment is opening very soon, which means this is your perfect opportunity to join me and countless others and massively change how you view, earn, play with, invest, save, and circulate money. At the end of the 7 weeks, you'll have a deep foundational knowledge about money for practical everyday life. So we don't talk about budgets and building vampires because if that's all it took to build wealth, we'd all be bazillionaires, right? But we do talk about everyday financial tools, things like credit cards, loans, lines of credit. And we also talk about wealth building tools such as investing. And this is not just a financial tools program. We pair it with scientific knowledge on how the brain and the body works, how beliefs are made, and I guide you step by step through uncovering the beliefs keeping you stuck and broke and how to shift them so they're completely gone. And in their place, you've put in new, deeply empowering beliefs designed to expand your life and your financial abundance. And I ground all of that with powerful tools to keep your nervous system grounded and happy so it doesn't freak out and stop you from making progress. Now, I don't want you to miss a moment of your abundant life. So, to make sure that you know the moment the next enrollment opens, sign up for the Building Vampires waitlist by going to amyvanmeal.com/money waitlist. You could spend the summer chilling out, building more broke, more stuck, more financially afraid vibes. Or, babe, you could invest in yourself and gift your future self the most powerful gift of all: knowledge, wisdom, and fucking transformation. So, one more time, to join the waitlist so that you can get in the second the next enrollment opens, go to amyvanmeal.com/money waitlist. I'm so excited to see you there, babe. And I will, of course, include the link in the show notes. Okay, so back to my lightning strike. So I've been reading Neville Goddard and Napoleon Hill for weeks, and I understood the basic tenet of manifestation. You align yourself to the frequency of your desired state, and it will manifest into 3D form. And that sounds super simple and clear, right? But what I suddenly realized as I was out doing the rounds and walking on the sidewalk was that I had been thinking of this as an all or nothing experience. So I'm either fully aligned with my desired state, and I know I am because my 3D reality shows it, or I'm nowhere close. Now, the problem with this kind of thinking is that it's kind of like trying to walk a high wire that's made out of floss without any practical training of how to do it. So you're constantly falling, you're breaking the line, you're hitting the bricks, and you're feeling like you're nowhere close to your desired state. And it means that you're probably constantly psyching yourself up for another day walking the floss line, trying really hard to believe that it's yours down to your cells, but experiencing moment after moment of reality dumping your ass back onto the ground. And it's no wonder that it's so fucking tempting to give up, right? I suspect that many people feel similar and that it feels like no matter what you do, you're obviously not getting closer to your desired state because reality keeps reflecting back to you that you haven't changed on the inside. And that's really fucking frustrating. But what if it's not an all or nothing state? What if it's like finding a radio station? So, Now, it's not quite the same now because our radios are pretty much all digital and you just hit the scan button and the radio does the searching and the tuning for you. But if you're old enough, think back with me to when you had to manually tune the dial using either like a little turning or like a sliding knob. There was a lot of static, which is kind of like a grating sound, if we're being really honest, right? Like the static in between stations wasn't fun. But then, as you start to get close enough to the frequency of a radio station, you'd start to hear threads of the broadcast. Now, it's still filled with static at this point, but you know you're getting closer because as you keep moving the dial in that direction, the broadcast gets clearer and clearer, and the static fades away until, bam, you found the exact frequency of the radio station. And now you have crystal clear sound. Well, you do at least while you're in range of the radio station. Now, some of the things in life are things that are fairly easy to tune into. So, for example, it's easy to be entertained. You literally just turn on the TV or Netflix or pop in a movie, and just like that, you have instantaneous entertainment. Some things in life are a little more challenging, but they're still pretty easy. So, for example, you love playing sports, you want to get out more, so you find a nearby club in your sport of choice and you sign up to play for the season. And you have the positive secondary benefit that you're moving your body, which is great for your health, and you're meeting new people. But then there are other things in life, and these are the things that each of us have that we're striving for that feel varying degrees of harder. Things like releasing weight, or finding your soulmate, or releasing debt, which I called leveraged money. Things like building wealth, increasing your knowledge by getting a post-secondary degree, or investing in an online course. These are things that we generally agree are worthwhile, but we also agree that they don't just come overnight. They take a bit more tuning. Now, you don't enroll into university and they instantly give you a degree and say, now you're a master architect. But thankfully, the path to get there is fairly clear. In fact, the path to most of these things is fairly clear. To release weight, you need to shift your habits, reduce your calorie intake, increase your movement, and do this consistently over time while your body sheds what isn't needed. To release debt or leveraged money, you need to direct the resource of money toward the leveraged money and do your best not to leverage more financial resources while you do so. The common way is to say, spend less than you earn, right? But other things are less clear. And this is where the tuning gets frustrating. And this is also in the space of what I'd call our bigger, more abundant dreams. It might seem like somehow everyone is finding their soulmate. They're getting married, they're buying houses, they're having kids, they're doing the thing, and you're still the single friend that tags along. Or it seems like only a select few get to build true wealth, increasing their income considerably and not only making great money, but fucking loving the work that they do to bring it in. Meanwhile, you're wondering how much harder you got to work in order to get ahead. And if we're really being honest, we're actually not at all interested in working more hours per week. Thank you very much. And people will tell you stuff like, well, you just got to put yourself out there more. If you let people see the real you, you'll find your soulmate in no time. Or just keep plugging along, babe. Your ship will come in. But all you are hearing is static. Now, here's the part that's very duh, but also very ugh. You, my love, have the radio tuner in your hands. You literally decide what you're tuning into. So the question then becomes, are you tuning into all the static that says, nope, no desired reality here? Or are you steadily shifting the dial a little at a time, consistently getting closer to that desired reality? Now, because this seems a little bit unclear, I want to talk about what this could look like. And I'm going to frame it in the context of money because A, money is my jam. And B, it's a clear, tangible thing that also seems to be very hand waverly out there, right? So at first, you don't realize that you're tuned into what I call broke ass thinking FM. You're just living your life, doing your regular struggle to get by thing. And then one day you say, you know what? This actually really fucking sucks. I'm no longer going to keep being broke. This radio station is garbage. So you tilt the dial away, turning it a little to the right, a little to the left. You're trying to find a different station to listen to. So this looks like picking up books. You're listening to podcasts. You're following Instagram accounts, all telling you that you can absolutely have anything you want. You just got to do this thing. So you start trying to do the thing. But in the background, you're still actually hearing parts of the broke ass thinking FM broadcast. You've just been tuning it out, kind of like the background noise of your fridge running. Now you realize this is happening, so now you double down and you actively change the station. You start doing your affirmations multiple times a day, you're meditating on the daily, you're aligning yourself with a new station called My Beautiful Life FM. As you do this, you start to hear threads of that broadcast. You feel better. You feel a fire inside that lights you up. You notice that things in your life start shifting. Maybe you get a promotion or a raise. Maybe you suddenly meet some really amazing person who lights you up. Maybe you manage to upgrade your old clunker for a newer version car. But then you have a bad day or a rough week and your hand slips on the dial. And without realizing it, you've scooted down the frequencies and those old familiar strains of broke-ass thinking FM are filtering through again. And you feel like things are going backwards. You're not making progress like you want towards your goal. Your work seems to be stalling, or worse, your job is going in the toilet. You were making great headway on your financial goals, but now all of a sudden you're laid off, or you literally couldn't keep going at your job, so you quit. You're still trying to do the things, you're affirming and doing the meditating and doing the aligning, but it feels like it's not working. And here's the problem, my love. You are missing all the signs that says it is working because that job was actually standing in your way. So being laid off or deciding to quit actually was you being tuned into My Beautiful Life FM. Your health is dramatically improving, even without having a job for the moment, because you've actually removed a really toxic environment from your life. You experience more joy and you have more good days because you've been consistently shifting your perspective and your mindset. In fact, even though it feels like it's going a little backwards right now, it doesn't feel like you're being completely taken out at the knees every day. Now, with all or nothing thinking, you are either living the life you desire to live or you're not. You're either succeeding and seeing your success all around you or you're a total failure. But realizing that actually you're just tuning the dial and it's a process of unfoldment that's going on means that you can start to look at all the things in your life as proof that your dreams are unfolding for you perfectly. Thank goodness that old job is gone. It's opened room for you to heal and to be a much more powerful asset to whichever company you decide to join next. Or maybe it became the springboard to I'mMyOwnBoss.com, and now you're finally building that dream business that you've wanted for years. Your life is literally reorganizing before your eyes because your dreams are unfolding for you. But while all the organizing is capital letters proof that your dreams are manifesting, not at some point in the future, but right fucking now, you're running around screaming, this isn't what I wanted. So now you've not only shifted the dial back to broke ass thinking FM, you've absolutely yanked it back and you told your dreams to stop fucking showing up because they're doing it wrong. Now, every manifestation teacher out there will tell you two things. One, the how is not your job. And two, your dreams will never manifest how you think they will. And every successful person will tell you the same thing. Their success didn't show up the way they thought it would. In fact, they'll often tell you that their dream manifested right after their darkest hour. Which, side note, has anyone else ever tried to manifest that dark hour just to speed up the manifestation of your dream? Is it just me? Anyway, we are led to believe that somehow we'll know our dreams are unfolding because reality will reflect that back to us. And it is, but we don't know exactly what to look for. And we want proof so badly. And what is actually proof that it is manifesting, we see from the filter of broke ass thinking FM. So we presume that it's actually proof that our dreams aren't manifesting. I mean, it's all kinds of fucked up. Am I right? So here's the takeaway. I think I'm pretty sure this is our takeaway for today. First, aligning your frequency to your desires isn't an all or nothing thing. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not like you suddenly wake up tomorrow morning and bam, you are full, financially free boss vibe person with $5 million in your bank account, right? It doesn't happen just that overnight switch where your reality reflects it. But second, knowing that aligning your frequency to your desires is actually more like tuning a radio dial. Start paying attention to the threads of the broadcast that are coming from My Dream Life Manifested FM. See everything around you as proof that your dreams are manifesting. Do you have a goal to become financially independent? See $10 deposited into your bank account. Bam, that is proof that you're becoming financially independent. Maybe you have a goal to release weight, so you see your grocery cart loaded with healthy vegetables and delicious fruits. Bam, that is proof that you are releasing weight. And watch for things like angel numbers or any other air quotes sign that feels good to you. Don't get me wrong. Don't start looking for signs and feeling that you need to have proof, but pay attention to what is literally unfolding for you, because I guarantee you, if you are tuned in, you will see all these little markers that are going, see, your dreams are manifesting. They're literally unfolding right now. Now, angel numbers are, I was going to say they're actually just like 3 or more, but there's a whole bunch of them. But for me, I see angel numbers as sets of 3 or more of the same number. So for example, 888s, 777s, etc. Now, I manifest angel numbers in, honest to goodness, the most wild and ridiculous and outrageously abundant ways. In fact, I manifest angel numbers so effortlessly and profoundly, I fucking manifest them through others. No word of a lie. When I'm channeling in triple or quadruple eights here in my life in Calgary, my coach, who lives in Australia, starts seeing triple eights everywhere. When I'm channeling sevens, she sees sevens. If I'm channeling fives, she sees fives. And they show up fucking everywhere. Now, twice during a week of sevens, I opened Instagram to find a post where the most recently liked account was some random words followed by a triple or quadruple sevens. I cannot make this shit up, everybody. This literally is just like the story of my life. And every time I see things like this, I snap my fingers or I send a kiss up to the sky, which is where I picture source energy hanging out. And I say something like, fuck yeah, my dreams are manifesting. Or, oh, thanks, universe. I needed that little nudge today. Or sometimes I just smirk a little bit, feeling saucy as F because, yep, there is proof that my dreams are coming true. Now, most people, and I do mean most people, will dismiss these things. They'll say things like, oh, that's just a fluke, or oh, you're being naive, or it doesn't mean anything, or even my favorite, get real. Until the money is in your account, it doesn't count. And to them, I say, well, actually, I say nothing because I don't tell dream stealers about my alignment moments. They are not privy to that. The people in my life celebrate those moments with me, and they're cheering me on the whole fucking way. And one of my favorite things is that they start to see angel numbers. My husband regularly calls me and says, "Oh my gosh, I just had 5 sevens on my dashboard. What does that mean? Oh, I just saw 4 threes. Oh, I saw blah, blah, blah." I have friends that will also report back to me, "Oh my gosh, I just saw this. I just saw this. I just saw this." People in my life celebrate those moments and they start to see them too. It is time to shift your perspective, my love, and to see that your dreams are literally manifesting before your eyes every moment of the day. You don't need proof that they're manifesting. Your life is literally living proof. Now, if you'd like to get a head start on uncovering what's lying underneath all of this and what's maybe stopping you from creating the money you desire in your life, then I definitely invite you to grab your free copy of 8 money questions to instantly shift your life. And I do mean instantly. This beauty is designed to help you unearth the garbage in your operating system that's getting in the way of creating your financial dreams come true. And bonus, it will help supercharge your transformation even before you sign up for Building Vampires. And I sure hope you got yourself on that wait list. So to receive the 8 money questions download, go to amyvanmeal.com/8 questions. And of course, the link will be included in the show notes. Babe, you get to choose the radio station frequency of your life. And if you've been experiencing a cycle where over and over you seem to keep creating a reality that you're just not loving, it's time to change things up and find a new radio station. I hope this episode helped to shift your perspective and helped you to see all the proof of your dreams already manifesting into reality in your life. Now, let me know how you love this episode. And please don't forget to take a moment to rate my podcast. It helps me so much to reach more people and let me know what's resonating with you. And your reviews really help motivate me to create more episodes. I fucking love hearing from you, and I so appreciate you for listening and for dropping in your reviews. And be sure to share this episode with a friend if it resonated with you. You know what they say, sharing is caring. And when you find a really great radio station, you want to tell others that it's really great too, right? So please help me share it out. And with that, my love, I wish you an absolutely amazing week ahead. I'm so excited to hear what you're manifesting. Be sure to follow me on Instagram for more. You can find me at Amy Van Meel. I almost said .com. It's actually just at Amy Van Meel because there is no .com on Instagram. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Until then, bye for now, babe. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform and help me reach more like-minded people who are ready to expand their life. If you haven't yet followed me on social media, find me on Instagram for extra love and inspiration by following at Amy Van Meel or visit my website at amyvanmeel.com. I love you so much, babe, and I am damn proud of you. I am already excited to connect in the next episode. And in the meantime, believe in yourself with the confidence of a 5-year-old.